erupted in Boston as COVID vaccinations are derailed for thousands of Americans in at least 7 states. Dangerous ice is causing treacherous conditions on the roads. Our stream team is on the ground tracking it all, including thousands of flights grounded, the coastal flood warnings, and where the powerful nor'easter is headed next.
Urgent race against time. This morning, the new public transportation mask mandate taking effect today on planes, trains, and some automobiles as eyes now turn to the third shot of hope. Johnson & Johnson's single-shot vaccine aiming for 100 million doses by June. And this morning, the president of Moderna joins us live. How that company is looking to ramp up vaccine production only on GMA.
COVID relief battle. President Biden pushing a nearly $2 trillion proposal to send.
Come on, Biden, I need my money, man.
Millions of Americans.
Been waiting patiently, man.
Meeting with a group of Republicans at the White House to discuss their
I ain't gonna work in like
This is former President Trump hires a
2
new
weeks
legal
now.
team with
Well,
just
1
over
week.
a week before his impeachment
I don't go
trial
back to
begins.
Super Bowl
Need my
countdown.
bread,
6 days
son.
to go until a showdown like never before. 6-time champ Tom Brady taking on the defending champ Patrick Mahomes. This morning, win or lose, what Brady says is next for him. Plus, how the NFL is keeping players and fans safe for the big game.
Mardi Gras, the carnival.
That's right, the jazzy new Mardi Gras movement rocking New Orleans this year. How the Brazilian residents are decking out their homes instead
No
of
Popeye.
comic floats for a fabulous new
Mr.
spin
Mike
on the
Popeye.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
We certainly do say good morning, America. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Oh, this Monday morning. This
Dang, look at New York City. That shit's shut
in
down.
Times Square.
Oh my
You can see
God.
the snow still coming down right now. The monster storm hitting the city and affecting tens of millions overnight.
And Robin, it is still strengthening right now along the coast. At least 19
Let it
states
snow,
on alert.
let it snow,
New York
let
and
it
New Jersey have
snow.
already declared states of emergency. That's a live look at our GMA plow camera. The trucks are out in full force in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nearly 4,000 plows and salt spreaders have already been deployed across the state.
And something else we want you to take a look at. This is in Chicago. What are you looking at there?
Chicago.
You're looking at a lake. Yes, that's Lake
That look like,
Michigan. Freezing. cold.
Alaska,
That
some
city, Chicago,
Antarctica.
that area getting hit with their second snowstorm in less than a week, Ron.
Our team is out there braving the elements for us to bring you the very latest on this powerful and particularly dangerous storm. Ginger is going to start us off. She's here in Manhattan, has the very latest. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, Robin. Aside from the hum of a snowplow and the typical New York City siren, it's pretty quiet here in New York City, but the city abuzz with what could be our biggest snowstorm in more than 5 years. I think we'll get there. We're already halfway. You're seeing 4 to 5 inches throughout Central Park here easily. It is fine.
5
It
years,
is
so
really
back
going
in
to take
what?
a lot to get above that 10.5, but I think we could do it. And there are some places who are going to have 2 feet. But let's look at that shot from East Rutherford again. When you get those plows on there, I want you all to know this is a long duration event. This is what's going to potentially, and don't let it surprise you, is that we're going to have this all day for a lot of folks. And even if you transition to a mix, you could wrap around more snow and end up with more snow than that. So there are winter storm alerts all the way from Blue Ridge, Georgia to Holton, Maine. And this is not just for the snow falling, it is for the wind, the push of water, so coastal flood advisories. And now I want to time it out for you. You're going to see that snow here in New York City throughout the day. Philadelphia started to mix over, but you'll see snow wrapping back around. Look at Boston. You could mix with rain.
Boston
at
people
certain
on
points.
the
That's going to
red.
cut your totals down
Say
significantly.
it.
And we're going to see this again through tomorrow morning. So that's why it is such a long event. 12 to 24 inches. We're talking Parsippany, just south of Scranton there. Anywhere into the Hudson Valley could end up with some of those higher snow totals. But no matter who you are, you're going to see impacts from this storm, and of course on the vaccination rollout, which I know we will get to. But let's go ahead and get to Rob Marciano. He's in Philadelphia. Rob, we have had such a slow couple of years, but I know you've made the change. You've seen freezing rain, a little bit of everything this morning.
Yeah, we are getting that mix right now in Philadelphia, Ginger, a city that you know.
The city of
you
brotherly
love
love.
as much as I do. This is just gorgeous stuff. We've got the Liberty Bell, Independence Hall, so much history wrapped up in the city of brotherly love. We've got a couple of 3 inches of snow on the ground, but that mix, you can tell that coastal low is beginning to take shape. We're going to see much more snow pile up. The roads, though, I got to tell you, are not good. And there has been so many iterations to this storm from California to the Midwest and now the Northeast. It's become one big cross-country headache.
It's a nightmare. It's a
Overnight,
mess.
a winter
I feel sorry for those FedEx workers, man. Niggas gotta be on the road. Bro, them niggas gotta get the day off.
massive amount of snowfall expected through
Probably have to,
Tuesday.
they're gonna be hustling the next day though.
The treacherous road conditions, while others are forced to pull over.
UPS,
and wait it out.
Amazon. They got y'all
Ohio,
work out,
cars
cut out for
screaming,
y'all.
trying to get traction any way they can. This man jumping on the back of a bumper of that SUV, trying to help the tires dig in, while others ended up in the median. Traffic backed up for hours after a fatal wreck there. The nor'easter could bring blizzard-like conditions to New York and New Jersey, both declaring a
Jersey
state
got
of
it
emergency.
worse.
The Big Apple halting COVID vaccinations, even for those with scheduled appointments.
Last thing we want to do is urge our seniors to come out in the middle of a storm like this. It doesn't make sense. So we're rescheduling Monday appointments for vaccine.
On the iconic Hudson River, the Coast Guard using an ice cutter, slicing through 3 to 5 inches of ice that's built
Was
up.
that the
to ensure
Poughkeepsie?
that the waterway is
Sesame?
open for commercial traffic.
Snow emergencies are also in effect for Boston and Philadelphia. More than
That is
250 wrecks
crazy.
reported across Virginia. This fire truck flipping over. Fortunately, no serious injuries there. Chicago now digging out from just under a foot of snow. Their second snowstorm.
Have mercy on Lord, have mercy on him,
These
have
officers out to
mercy.
help stranded drivers, teaming up to push their own SUV back on the road. And north of the storm in Minneapolis, this terrified woman rescued after falling through the ice, trying to save her dog. That's just frightening, frigid stuff. So glad that she's okay, and it's a lesson to kids that are having a snow day today. If you are going out on a lake or river, make sure that ice is safe. Here in Philadelphia, they are not really having a true snow day. They're telling the kids they have to work from home virtually, as we do here in our new world. But if they do get out and play, they're going to have more than this year. I think we'll get close to a foot of snow. If that happens, that will be more than we got, or just as much as we got in 2016. I was here for that storm too.
That's what's
I don't
up,
want to rub it
Mr.
in, Robert. Here in New York, Playboys do have a snow day. Sorry about those kids in Philadelphia right there. Yeah, it started. And as we said, New Jersey's governor has declared a state of emergency because of the storm. Stephanie Ramos is live now in Paramus. Good morning, Stephanie.
George, good morning.
Paramus,
Right now,
I know
you
that
said in
area.
New Jersey under a state of
believe
emergency.
around
Crews have been out
14
all
to
night
20
spreading
inches.
salt on the roads. There's 7,000 tons of it right here. But officials are warning there could be up to 2 feet of snow
see if I deliver
across the state of New Jersey.
houses.
And right now, authorities are concerned about power outages. There are just about 100 power outages across the state of New Jersey, but officials are advising people to charge their cell phones and also reminding them not to go near any downed wires during or after the storm. Now, officials say they are expecting heavy snow, blizzard-like conditions, coastal
Yeah,
flooding,
good Giant
and high
Stadium.
winds
That's no
across the
football,
state of
yo.
New Jersey, George. TJ.
That's all right, Stephanie. I know it's easy to get us mixed up, but thank you so much, Stephanie. I want to turn to New Jersey now. It's
Yeah, New
really
Jersey's
getting pummeled as well by
New
the
Jersey
storm
got
this morning. I want to turn to our
really
Derek
hard.
Waller from our station WABC. He's in Morristown, New Jersey for us.
I know
Good
Morris
morning to you,
Times
Derek.
work over there too. Morris Plains to be
TJ,
exact.
good morning. I
Right
think the
delivery.
best
I think
part
I
of the
delivered in
snowstorm is
Morristown.
really when it first starts coming down. We are on the Morristown Green here in Morristown, New Jersey.
Oh, it's a wrap.
Picturesque winter wonderland here. Less beautiful when you get to the driving conditions. So if you take a
Yep.
look at the road here, you can
I
see
know
it
that
is
area. I was
snow
there
covered, it
looking
is
for work
slushy,
before I went to
and it is
FedEx.
very slick. So officials here are obviously urging people to stay off the roads
I know
today.
exactly
So
where that
critical
is.
so that the salt spreaders and plows can get to work this morning. If you want to look over here at the sidewalk, I can show you how much has fallen so far. Already, this is getting above my ankles, and they're saying this is just starting. So this is going to continue all day and into Tuesday. As we mentioned, we are
That's what
expecting
we
18 inches or
play
more, maybe
all
2
day,
feet of
every
snow
day. I
to
don't know
fall
what else
here
to say.
in northern New Jersey. That's the latest here. Back to you, Robin.
All right, Derek, thank you so much. And now to Derek's colleague, Candace McCowan, with the latest on the conditions in Riverdale, New York. She's also from our station
Riverdale,
WABC
Riverdale.
right here
Riverdale
in New York
again.
City. Good morning, Candace.
That's in the Bronx.
Robin, good morning to you. We're in the Bronx. This is like the most northern part of New York City here. I'll show you the roadways. It's really been coming down since we
think I
got
was in-
started
I was in that
earlier
area
this morning.
too.
They declared that
Not
state
too
of
long ago.
emergency, trying to keep as many people as
Couple
they
months
can
ago.
off the roadways this morning unless you're an essential worker. There's no in-person learning, so no one actually going into the buildings today. And they've also
The Bronx is
canceled all
burnt out.
city and
The Bronx
state
is burnt out.
vaccination
Nah,
appointments. Again,
it
they're going to
was.
reschedule
Nah,
all
Bronx is
those. They
pretty
want to
Bronx.
keep people off the roads and keep them safe. As for dining, we only have outdoor dining here in New York City. That is canceled for today. They are worried about these outdoor structures with the heavy winds
New York City shut
That's something
down.
we're used to after
It
the
shut
past
down,
year. George.
But Wall Street still
Storms
not
wreaking havoc in
open.
air travel. Gio Benitez joins us now from JFK Airport with the cash
Oh my
cancellations
God.
and the impact on vital deliveries of the coronavirus vaccines. Good morning, Gio.
Gio Benitez.
Hey, George, good morning. Yeah, the wind is really starting to pick up here. We are on the rooftop of the TWA Hotel so that we can really see that runway and just take a look because it is very snowy and it is very quiet right now. That's because most of the flights here have been canceled. We're looking at more than 800 flight cancellations in and out of the New York area.
Glad my package is in
75%
Miami,
of
ready to
flights
go to
here in
Haiti.
JFK have been canceled.
Got out of here.
70% over at Newark, 81% over at LaGuardia. And remember, these are some of the biggest airports in the Northeast. So what does that mean for vaccine deliveries? Well, we reached out to FedEx and UPS. FedEx tells us that they have 15 meteorologists watching the storm right now.
FedEx
and that they do have contingency plans in place in case of any delay. But again, Robin, that big headline right now, the vast majority of the flights here have been canceled in and out of the New York area.
All right, Gio, and speaking of that massive storm is delaying those vaccine appointments for thousands, closing some vaccination sites in at least 7 states on the East Coast. Eva Pilgrim joins us from a mass vaccination site at Fenway Park, opening this morning, with more on the race to vaccinate and the new mask mandate from the White House. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Robin. Yeah, Fenway is actually opening an hour earlier this morning at 8 to try to get these vaccinations in before this winter storm. They're telling the people
when they get to Boston, yeah, that's why it's coming from the south.
Come in the morning if they can so they can avoid that weather. This, as there's a new federal order that says masks are no longer optional in some places.
Mask mandate. Starting today, masks will now be a requirement on public transportation, from airplanes to taxis and ride shares. A new Biden administration order taking effect tonight. This as the urgent race to vaccinate continues. Thousands lined up at mass vaccination sites this weekend. In Dallas, cars stretched for miles. Some people turned away due to high demand. Anti-vax protesters temporarily shutting down a vaccine site at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. The mostly maskless group blocking the entrance, slowing down vaccinations. And now, all eyes on a third vaccine. The single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine is 85% effective at preventing severe cases and 100% when it comes to preventing hospitalization or death. The vaccine could be available by the end of this month, and the company is aiming for 100 million doses by June. Meanwhile, promising data coming out of nursing homes. According to the CDC, 3.5 million vaccines have been given to staff and residents in long-term care facilities.
I just feel relieved. I just feel as though we're turning a corner.
According to the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, COVID cases in nursing homes have steadily dropped in the past month, a sign the vaccines are making a positive impact.
That's good. I ain't taking that. Not now.
And here the plan today is to try to get everyone vaccinated, as many people as possible, before 1